Good morning. I'm Sandy Walden of Serenity, your master grief coach. If you're joining me this morning, pop on, say hello, let me know what makes sense to you, what your experiences have been. You know, obviously, I work with people who are grieving. So the other day, somebody said something to me. She was close to my age. And she said, we were brought up to trust and to believe that somebody who was grieving deserved privacy and that we'd be invasive if we called out to them, touched base with them. We needed to respect their privacy. So we didn't speak of the one who died. We did not intrude. That was the word. I understand. She's my generation. And I understand that both from the point of view of the one who lost someone, as well as the point of view of being someone who cares about people who have lost someone. I've always been rather private. This stuff of coming live is really out of my comfort zone, folks, and I'm working on it a lot. I've always been really rather private about those deepest feelings. But what I realize is that by not being able to share, I didn't give people the opportunity to support me in ways that perhaps they would have. Good morning, Susie. It's always lovely to see you, and I'm always looking forward to your input and your point of view. When we're able to open up, we give people the opportunity to come to us. When we are caring about somebody who's grieving, I encourage each of us to make offerings, to simply let them know that they matter. Because, boy, there's an awful lot of people who feel like they don't matter. Understand there's a lot of eggshell walking, there's a lot of missteps, and that's okay. I encourage us when we're grieving to be resilient enough to say, try again, to say, that hurt, that feels better. This isn't a good fit. Are you nuts? Have the conversations. They're uncomfortable. Sometimes they're absolutely painful. But what I absolutely believe as a person, as someone who's gone through profound grief, and as a coach who works with people, it's those most uncomfortable conversations that are most important. It's when we are the most tender and the most afraid that we need to be the most patient, the most compassionate, and the most tenacious. So if you're experiencing grief, it's all right to be upset with things someone says, but I encourage you to share with them why it upsets you and to give them another opportunity. If you're someone who cares about someone who's grieving, I encourage you to keep trying. What I know is that vulnerability is scary as heck. Oh my gosh, it's scary. When we open up to say, this is my soft spot, it means it could be hurt. Susie said, even if I tried, I couldn't hide my feelings. When I feel, I know I'm alive in every sense of the word. Having feelings I've never had to feel before is the hardest part. But I know I am brave to feel. Susie, you are absolutely, absolutely right. I've always said how much I admire and respect those who are brave enough to be vulnerable. My hat is off to you. It's something I still work on, especially with those who are closest to me. I'm a work in progress, so I'll probably live to be about 137 years old because I've got a lot of work to do. We're all works in progress. Whether we are the one who's grieving, the one supporting, and most of us have had both experiences and still do in some way. I've got a client coming up in just a few minutes, so I've got to wrap this up. But I want to encourage you to open your heart, smile at someone you don't know today, offer a loving thought to someone that you care about. Send them a message, a card, a text. Be open to being kind. Here's a biggie: be open to receiving kindness. It matters so much. And that's how we move forward. That's how we move through grief into healing, by being open to sharing our vulnerability and open to the healing. It's one step at a time. I'm Sandy Walden, your Master Grief Coach. If you'd like to have a conversation about how I can support you personally, send me a message. I'd love to set up that chat. More than anything, remember that you matter. Whether you are the one with a broken heart, whether you're the one who cares about someone with that broken heart, you matter. What you say, what you do, what you think matters. I wish you a day of peace, joy, and healing. Namaste.